Hello all, welcome back. We are diving deep into currying concept. So far we have done two sessions. Hope you already watched those two sessions and you have done a practice so that this session is going to be very easy for you. So let's jump into the code. So this is the most popular interview question in JavaScript on top of a currying concept. So normally if you want to do any sum of three variables, we can write the function very easily. So we need to use currying concept to write the same function. So I hope you already practiced the previous session so that it will be very easy for you. So let me write the first a simple function without currying. So how can we write? Is the function sum. I hope everyone knows this concept, but for a comparison purpose I'm just writing so that it will be easy for you. So sum. So what we will do a return a plus b plus c. This is very simple, so that whenever you do a console.log sum of, if you pass 1, 2, 3, we will get the output. So I'm using I just refer that app.js file into HTML file. So let's see, the output is 6, or you can run that with the help of Node.js, no problem. So this is very simple, sum of three numbers. So now we need to convert this regular function into a curried function. Okay, so it's very simple. It's very simple because we know, right? So one function is going to return another function. Okay, so here I'm writing curried sum. Okay, C sum. Okay, I hope you love this naming convention. C sum. So what it is going to do, it will take the first argument like a. So and it is going to return another function. That second function is going to accept the second variable, that is b, and that function also returns another function that is a c. So once we got three values, once we got a, b, c, so the complete inner function is going to return a plus b plus c. Okay, a plus b plus c. So let's see how we can use this function. So how can we use this function? Console.log. This is very interesting. C sum. What we need to do? We need to pass 1 and we need to pass 2 like this, and we need to pass 3 like this. Okay, so it will give the same result. So if you see, the first time we got 6 and second time also we got 6. So this is a curried version of the simple sum function. Okay, you will get it out, right? Raghu, why we need to write like this? So already I have explained what is the advantage of writing a normal function into currying function in special use cases. We should not write for every function. So in special scenarios we should write that, so that if you don't know that, please watch the previous video. In the previous video I explained with a real-time use case. Okay, so I hope you have done a practice so that it will be very easy for you. So now you will get some question. Raghu, suppose if I have a, b, c, d, okay, the 4. So in the same way we can achieve the same thing like this, a, b, c, d. So here what we can do, here instead of returning the function the output itself, what we can do here, we should return another function. It will accept another parameter, so that it is going to return a plus b plus c plus d. So you see, So whenever you're calling the csum, what you can do, you can pass the fourth value also, so that you will get the expected result. Okay, in this way we can implement currying. Okay, why we are writing this kind of syntax already I explained in the previous session. Okay, of course we are going to take more and more examples in coming sessions. I will explain in detail again and again, no problem. So here what I want to explain you means, so just tell me what is going to happen. Suppose if I do csum of 1, csum of 1, I am just passing only one parameter. What will happen? Please do play with this code so that you will get familiar with what's happening. So it will return a function. It is written a function, right? So whenever we invoke this function, and we will, if you pass this value, it is going to return this function. Okay, and so if you do like this, what will happen? That means we are invoking this function, the second level function, so that it will return, previously it was written function bcd, right? So now you will get function c, and it is going to return another function d. So I'm telling you, just play around this syntax, you will get a lot of fun and of course confusion as well, so that you understand the concept in depth. Otherwise we can't understand, I'm telling you. So d. So whenever we are going to invoke this last inner function, at the time we will get the result. Got it? At the time only we will get the result. The 4. So now we are invoking this function. So this function is going to calculate a plus b plus c plus d, and it is returning the value. So if you see, it is getting the value. Okay, that means the first outer function is going to return an inner function, and second one is also going to return another inner function, and third one is going to return another inner function. And here you will understand that Raghu, how this function, the last function, is remembering a value or b value, c value and d. So if you see, whenever we are invoking this function, we are passing only d, right? We are passing only d. Okay, but how this function is remembering all the previous values? How it is remembering? Can anyone tell me in the comment section how it is remembering? So let me write console.log, or like, okay, understand carefully, just that's why I'm telling you, please debug and check it. So what I'm doing here, observe carefully, csum of 1, the first level, I'm just seeing what is there inside the memory. Okay, just execute it. So this is the anonymous function, the first outer function is returned inner function. So if you see, just go to the scope, you will see the closure, right? Yes or no? Closure, because this currying concept internally using closures concept. Currying and closures are best friends. That's why to explain this one, I took this example. Okay, so if you just log the first one, you got the closure value of the first outer function. So just try to do the same thing. So csum of 1 and 2, so that you are invoking a second level. Okay, so let's debug that and see what is there. So this is the first one is returning anonymous function, which is taking the parameter as b, and another one is c, right? So if you just go to the scopes of that function, you will see it has two closures. One is csum, another one is anonymous function. So the first outer function has a value 1, second outer function has a value 2. So a value 1 and b value 2. So this anonymous function have access to this parent and that parent, so that it is able to read those values. That means this currying is using closures concept. So now let me do the same thing with a third inner function. So that it is going to remember 1, 2, 3 in a closure. Observe carefully. If you see, this third function is going to, it has a 4 scopes. Observe carefully. It has 2 scopes. One is a closure and global, and the inner function has 3 scopes, that is closure 1 and closure 2. It's beautiful, right? Here this function has 4 scopes, that is it is storing closure 1, closure 2, closure 3. So A value 1, B value 2, C value 3. So it has access to its parent and grandparent and grandparents as a memory. So finally, if you try to debug what is there inside this, you will see how many scopes are there. So okay, it is returning directly. It's not, we are not returning any another function, right? So it is returning the value like anonymous. So it has, previous one has a 4 scope, so it has access to all those things. So this is the, I hope you understand, right? It's a currying internally using a closures. So few people have a confusion that Raghu, if you use like let the money equal to 10,000 rupees, and if you use that 10,000 rupees here, it will form a closure, right? Everyone knows that, right? So if you don't know what is closure, don't worry. So we already prepared a separate playlist on closures concept. It's have around 15 videos. I'm going to add few more videos in that, because it's like a mastery. So we should know 0 to a hero level of things in closures. And in this playlist we are going to dive deep into currying. Okay, in future we are going to create lots of playlists for each and every important concept in depth. So my suggestion is first learn closures, then start learning currying, so that it will be easy. Okay, because currying is using the closures concept. So I hope you understand. And now you are very good. Suppose if you have A, B, C, D, E, like even if you have 10 parameters, so that you can write a function with 10 inner functions. Okay, it will be easy. So but do practice, like check if what it is returning. Okay, this is returning, what this is returning. Okay, or you can write, so for in a beautiful way you can write some console.logs here and just play around it, so that you will get familiar with the code, so that it will be easy. I'm telling you, if you do more practice, you will remember for a long time. Otherwise you can't remember. Okay, so in upcoming sessions we are going to understand the most beautiful examples. Okay, this one we already understand. So here, okay, there is another most important interview question like the sum subs. So I will pass the sum, subtraction and multiplication and division. Okay, based on the first parameter, it is going to read the second and third, and it will do the calculation. Okay, this is another example. So here infinite currying. So not only 5 to 6 parameters, I want to pass n number of parameters, and the last one is like empty, the parenthesis. So how you are going to write it? So in this situation we need to use a recursion. So if you don't know recursion, just learn that, or at least refresh your knowledge on recursion, and come back. And here another concept is like a partial application. So if you see here, the first parenthesis has one parameter and second parenthesis has a two parameters, like it's vary. So this is another beautiful concept. Okay, and how you can do manipulations in the DOM with the help of this currying concept. Another one is like if I give any function, okay, sum of 1, 2, 3, you should write another function, like custom function. It should convert. Okay, like as a developer we don't need to write logic every time to convert it. So we need, if you have as a predefined function or a custom function, so if I give this syntax, it should convert to the currying function. If I give 5 levels, it should convert to 5 levels. If you give 6 levels, it give 6 levels. So if you do practice in this level, it will be very, very easy to crack the interviews. That's what I'm telling you. So we should spend more time in practice, so that it will take less time to crack the interview. That's what my intention. Okay, I hope you are enjoying this series. So if you love this concept, if you please do practice first and understand, and then if you feel that this information is useful, please share with your friends and colleagues, and spread about the YouTube channel or our content in LinkedIn. Post in a LinkedIn like what you have learned from this, the currying mastery, and tag me so that I feel very happy that someone is learning from the YouTube channel. Okay, thank you, and see you in the next video with another important topic. Bye bye.